Today, I'll be showing the groceries that I bought at Trader Joe's and also talk about my experience shopping there and how it felt like to shop at a grocery store, physical grocery store for the first time in 4 months. If you're new here, like and subscribe. This series is called Grocery Haul Quarantine Edition. We're at episode 8 right now. And in this series, I talk about the groceries that I buy and my experience with shopping at a specific grocery store. So let's go ahead and get started with the haul portion of this grocery haul. The first thing that I have here is some green onions. These are Trader Joe's branded ones. Next up, I have some mini cucumbers here. Usually before this whole COVID-19 pandemic thing, I usually don't like things that come in a plastic packaging, like on especially fresh produce. Usually I try to wrap things in like plastic bags. But these days I'm pretty fine. What it means that I can just tear it off when I buy the groceries and just put it in my fridge directly or put it in my container itself. So that's pretty handy there. So yeah, these are some mini cucumbers, very refreshing. It's still hot here in Arizona, so it's good to have these every now and then. Next up, I have 2 cauliflower heads here. These are Trader Joe branded items also. So next up, I got some organic broccoli here. These are Trader Joe branded ones again. And one thing I like to do is I like to eat the stems. I know some people just like chuck them away. But yeah, I've kind of missed eating them because I've been eating like frozen broccoli for the past 2 months. So I've just mostly been eating florets because the frozen one only has the florets. They do not have the stem. So yeah. Next in produce, I have some organic avocado. So these are Trader Joe's USDA organic one, I think. So these are from Mexico. So product of Mexico here. So yeah, pretty nice. They're still not ripe yet. And yeah, organic avocados. And next up in Trader Joe branded items is some organic sweet onions. So yeah, these are also organic, USDA organic here, so that's nice. Next up here, I got some Trader Joe's organic garlic. It's USDA organic. And one thing I recently learned is that to differentiate, if you're in the US, to differentiate between a imported or a local garlic, you can see based on the stem here. Like, let me cut this open here. So for example, if you see the base of it, it has some roots here, then the root still has some like soil on it. It's not completely clean. This is a telltale sign that this is a local garlic in the US. Compared to like this, I have this other garlic here. This is a product of China here. It's imported. So if you see the base of this is clean, and it's like, the reasoning behind that is that I believe that if you were to ship this through the air or through the sea, like having like a clean bottom or like as clean as possible without any kind of extra dirt reduces the amount of weight. So if you're shipping like a metric ton of like garlic through the sea, it would make much of a difference there. So yeah, that's an interesting fact that I recently learned about. So next up, I got some pasture-raised eggs here. These are not organic, but these are certified humane. And for the price they're going for, these go for $3.99 for a dozen. So pretty good value. Not organic like the one I usually get at Whole Foods with Vital Farms, but for $3.99, these are a pretty good value, and they have the American Humane Certified seal on it, so that means something to me. But yeah. Next up, I have some orange juice. This is Trader Joe's branded 100% orange juice with extra pulp here, and the ingredients is really clean here. If you look at it, ingredients is orange juice, and in terms of sugars, 0% of added sugar, so it's basically just actually orange juice that's squeezed fresh. I don't know how fresh it is, but yeah, pasteurized, extra pulp. So it's good. And next up, I have some non-dairy almond beverage. So this is basically almond milk that's unsweetened. And the ingredients list, it's pretty nice. Super short list of ingredients there. And yeah, no added sugar, which is super important. And yeah, Trader Joe's brand. This is a very nice design that I'm looking at. I've been noticing that throughout all the items that I'm going to show you today, like all the Trader Joe's items have like a very nice artwork, and they use a variety of fonts, which is super appealing and super nice in their store and super unique. Better than if you go to Walmart or you go to Target, you see in this conventional brands, you see the same old picture. But like Trader Joe's, like the packaging is something pretty unique. So the next beverage that I got here is Spindrift, this sparkling water with real squeezed fruit. This is the orange mango flavor. I've never tried this flavor before. The price is similar to Whole Foods. I think it goes for $8.99. And it's not as cheap as the one I got at Costco a few weeks back. But yeah, this is super delicious and super clean ingredients. If you look at the ingredients, it's carbonated water, orange juice, Alfonso mango puree, and citric acid. And most importantly, 0% of added sugar. There's only one gram of sugar, which I assume comes from the orange juice and the mango puree. So yeah, super good, super delicious. And yeah, next item here is also a Trader Joe's branded item. As you can see the theme here, everything is Trader Joe's branded here for the most part. And this one is their New Zealand organic sliced cheddar cheese. This is from grass-fed cow's milk and it's USDA organic. I'm excited to try this out and to see how it tastes like. And the next item that I have here is organic uncured Black Forest ham. This is also from Trader Joe's. And one gripe that I have with this is that it doesn't have a resealable packaging and it has quite a number of slices here. So I'll need to like put it in a container or like another Ziploc bag separately to keep it in the fridge. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Excited to try this out. Hopefully this tastes good. And usually like there's not really a large variety of organic ham that's in the supermarket. So I'm excited to see that Trader Joe's has their own like lineup of organic ham there. And next up, I have some cauliflower tins. This is Trader Joe's. This is like a bread alternative for keto or paleo diets. And as you can see in the front here, it says maybe 60% cauliflower with over 60% cauliflower. And in the main ingredients, the first thing that comes out is shredded cauliflower. And the next thing is liquid whole eggs. And yeah, there's like a mini pancake kind of like bread kind of substitute there. So excited to try this out. Next thing I have here is some fermented kimchi napa cabbage. So this is a Trader Joe's brand again also. And usually I don't buy kimchi which is this small. This is about like 300 grams or 10 ounces, which is super less. Like I eat kimchi like, I think I can finish this in like two meals. Like, but I just got this to try out to see like if there's actually if they have some good flavors into it. So yeah. Next up, I got a sour cream spinach dip. Moving on to some snacks. This is some broccoli florets here. I've never tried broccoli like snacks before like this, and I was surprised that this has some pretty clean ingredients. Look at this: broccoli, rice bran oil, and salt. And if you look at the included sugars and sugar level, it's pretty low, 0% of included sugar, but it's 4 grams of total sugars, and sodium levels is just 2% of 50 milligrams. And if you look at the calories, this is 210 calories for a serving size of 1. So this entire bag of 40 grams is only serving size of 1. So this entire bag is only 210 calories, which is super impressive. And it has a resealable top here. So yeah, crispy and crunchy. Excited to try this out. The next snack that I got is some seasoned kale chips. And I was mentioning earlier that Trader Joe's really like to have their nice graphic fonts here. This is like super interesting font. They're super appealing, you know, it's like this lines in the background like says seasoned kale chips. Super impressive. Excited to try this out. Next up, I got some Trader Joe's branded grainless cassava and coconut tortilla chips with avocado oil, seeds, and seasoning. And I was looking at the title here, and I was saying like, okay, the ingredients must be just this. And turns out, yes, it is just that. With the additional, they didn't say they have chia seed and sea salt there. And if you look at the nutrition facts here, super clean, super nice. I'm really excited to try this out. If it tastes as good as it is healthy, this might be just a winner here. And I got some macadamia nuts. And one of the key things about Trader Joe's is that once you first walk in, you usually see like an aisle full of nuts. And I just so happened wanted to eat macadamia nuts, and I just picked one up here. So yeah, ingredients were pretty nice. Roasted macadamia nuts. They didn't add anything else, no salt, just natural flavor of the macadamia nuts, which usually has a natural sweetness and saltiness to it, which is something that is really good. Next up, I got this chili onion crunch. I actually got this at the snack aisle. Like this was one of the bottles that were there on the aisle itself. So it's caught my eye and I thought like, interesting thing, I'd like to try it out. It has olive oil, dried garlic, and peppers. So this should be some like nice dipping sauce for complementing meat or even eating it just rice there. Next up, moving on to some of the frozen items like the steamed pork and ginger soup dumplings. This look pretty clean in terms of ingredients. I'm excited to try out how this tastes like. Let me see if it's good. And I also found this in the corner of the freezer section. This is Kung Pao chicken mochi bao. So this is, I've never had a savory mochi before, I guess. And this is a spicy chicken in a crisp, chewy mochi rice wrapper. So this is an interesting try. If it does taste good, or it tastes as what I imagine it would taste like, this should be a very nice winner. Next, I got some cauliflower gnocchi. Ingredients, as I said, super simple and super easy. Cauliflower, cassava flour, potato starch, extra virgin olive oil, and sea salt. And I got some paratha here. Got this cauliflower and broccoli vegetable patties. This is 4 patties, and I was looking at the ingredients. They were super simple. Look at this: cauliflower, broccoli, potatoes, cornstarch, sunflower oil, egg whites, pea fibers, salt, and black pepper. So excited to see how this tastes like. And I have high hopes that this should be pretty tasty. And I also got chicken here. This is whole chicken. This is air chilled, so very small bird, but hopefully it tastes good. And I got this this cutout chicken, which has 2 split breasts and 4 drumsticks. Like, I was actually gonna get the same. This is same like Trader Joe's USA organic whole chicken that was next to this pack here. I wanted to get that. But then I saw that this one had it for $2.99 per pound, which is the same one as the whole chicken, and I decided like, I'll just get this to try it out to see how it is, because from what I can see, they're essentially the same thing. It's just that it comes without the thigh and the actual wings themselves. Next, I got some organic ground beef here, 85/15, so 15% of fat here. And I got this pork loin baby back rib, so this is Trader Joe's branded items also. In total, I spent $148.38 for all these items, and I paid it with my Amazon Prime Rewards credit card, as I got this targeted offer from Chase a few months back that gives me 3% back on all purchases until November 2020. The 3% offer is still active even after I cancel my Amazon Prime subscription, and if you're interested in hearing more about why I canceled my Prime subscription, feel free to check out my previous video where I talked about that in more detail. But going back to my groceries from Trader Joe's, this is my second time getting groceries from them. My first time was about a year ago when I was doing keto. A lot of keto guys that I read online mentioned that Trader Joe's had a good selection of keto-friendly items like nuts, low-carb entrees, and snacks. But ever since then, I never really went back there because it was kind of far, and Whole Foods was closer to where I stayed. And I generally preferred the selection of items that were available at Whole Foods. Speaking of selection of items, there wasn't a lot of choices when it came to brands of food. Trader Joe's did have everything that I want or need from a grocery store. So things like fresh produce, meat, frozen entrees, snacks, drinks, and alcohol were all readily available, but it was mostly available only under the Trader Joe's brand. And that is reflected on what I showed earlier on in this video. The majority of things that I bought was under Trader Joe's own brand. And that Trader Joe's brand is one of the main reasons why a lot of people love shopping at Trader Joe's. It's akin to the Kirkland brand at Costco, meaning that it's an in-house developed item or a rebranded product from a third-party supplier. Adding to that, Trader Joe's branded items are often sold at a cheaper price than the name brand items that it is rebranded from. Eater.com has this article where they did some investigative journalism to uncover which supplier allegedly produced items for Trader Joe's brand. I'll leave a link for that article right below that like button so you can check it out for yourself. While I did buy quite a number of packaged processed items, I didn't buy as much as I wanted to after reading the ingredients list and nutrition facts of some of the items. Like, I was planning to buy some seasonal snacks since it's the holiday season right now, but all of the seasonal snacks that I found were filled with sugar, like way too much sugar than I was expecting. But enough about that, let me switch gears to talk about my experience shopping at Trader Joe's for this episode. This is my first time shopping in person at a grocery store in quite a long while. The last time I physically shopped at a grocery store was when I went to Arizona's first H Mart location in June. And to be honest, for this episode, I wanted to shop at the recently opened Trader Joe's location right by ASU's Tempe campus, but I decided not to go there as the COVID-19 cases are still pretty high in that zip code area. Instead, I went to the one at South Tempe. I went there around 8 AM right when they opened. All the employees and shoppers that I saw were wearing masks, which is a good thing. And generally speaking, there wasn't a lot of people in the store when I was there. I spent about an hour looking through the aisles. I could have spent less time there, but I was a bit carried away with reading through the labels of these products, as I kind of missed the feeling of taking things off the shelf and being surrounded by all these food items. The past few months of grocery shopping for me has been just clicking through buttons with an app and then waiting for the groceries to come on my doorstep. My overall experience shopping at Trader Joe's was great, but I do want to note about my checkout experience. Hopefully I'm not sounding too nitpicky here, but the crew member that bagged my groceries just filled the grocery bags up to the brim and mixed the cold items with the packaged items, which is not something that I usually prefer. Usually at Whole Foods, the person bags the cold items separately without me asking. And not to mention that Whole Foods double bags the grocery bags on the paper grocery bags. Trader Joe's just bags the grocery bags individually. Double bagging here is handy because these handles for the paper grocery bags tend to break off pretty easily under some weight. And evidently, as I was loading one of the bags onto my car, the handle of one of the heavier bags broke off. And yeah, that is all for today's episode of Grocery Haul Quarantine Edition. Let me know down in the comments section, do you shop at Trader Joe's? If so, what is your favorite Trader Joe's item? Also, feel free to drop a comment down below on where I should go next for the next Grocery Haul episode. I hope you found this video useful or somewhat entertaining. If you did, do me a favor and smash that like button until it turns blue and hit the subscribe button if you want to continue supporting the channel. And until next time, everyone stay safe, stay at home, and I will catch you in the next video.